Happy day, happy day. Yo, yo, yo. It's your bro True Jew tapping in with you with another fulfilling, truthful message that I have been thinking about releasing for quite a long time now. And I think now is the time to do so. Look, the moon landing was real, but the footage was fake. Yes. See, you got a lot going on right now in the land, and a lot is being exposed, right? So what's up with this moon landing being real, and what's up with the supposed fake footage? There's some footage flying around right now, and it's been in circulation for a couple of years now, detailing the moon landing being fake and detailing the behind the scenes footage of the moon landing. So they're in the studio, these filmographers are in the studio. You see all these supposed astronauts bouncing around, flying around in the craft, bouncing and jumping in full regalia, astronaut regalia. And then you see the cameras behind scenes and all the stage lights and everything, all the cords, if you look carefully, uh, uh, slithering across the ground and all that kind of stuff, right? And you have a lot of individuals who are now stating that because this footage has been released, this behind the scenes footage, that the actual moon landing was fake. Well, I got some news for you. The moon landing was actually real. It was real, okay? The moon landing was real, but the footage that they showed us on TV, that was fake. And the moon landing footage that we see as being fake, contrived footage, that's actually real fake footage used to confuse the average viewer into thinking that the moon landing was fake. Then you have NASA themselves going out saying that, oh, yes, we went to the moon, but all the footage was destroyed and the technology for it was destroyed. And so we're not able to go back to the moon right now. And we wish we could, but we haven't been to the moon since. That's a lie, too. And that goes into the narrative of this supposed fake footage. Now, what really happened on the moon? Well, I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell. When the astronauts got up there, and Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and that other guy, excuse me right now, but I do know those two. When they got up there, what they saw blew their mind. Now, before I talk about what they saw, if you notice any of the footage or any of the pictures that you have seen, you'll notice that the backgrounds, especially in the pictures, the backgrounds are always cropped out. When I was a little boy, I used to always wonder when I would look at astronaut books, moon landing books, and what the not. I would always wonder why I never saw any stars in the background. Even when I saw pictures of the Earth in the background as taken from the moon, I would never see any stars around the Earth. And I used to wonder, like, why is that? How come we don't see anything? And why is the Earth looking like this? And why can we see the Earth well lit, but no stars, no constellations? And the lie would always be, oh, the moon is so far away and the stars are so spread out in reality that once you get up to the moon, you just can't see the stars anymore. Or the light refracting off the moon or reflecting off the moon from the sun is causing a blackout in space, which means from the aperture of the lens, you just can't see the stars. That's all a farce, y'all. The truth is, any of those pictures that we've seen as taken from the moon, they were actually cropped out. And the reason they were cropped out and then blackened, and all you see is the wavy hills in the background of the moon and then the white sand, is because the lunar dust, like they call it, is because there were many monolithic structures on the moon. There were many ancient structures, devices, and ships that were found on the moon, and there were people on the moon. Okay, there were actual entities on the moon when the astronauts landed. When they reported back to NASA and they let NASA know what was going on, NASA actually had to cut their feed off and go to a private feed because what Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong saw on the moon blew their minds. Okay, there's all sorts of ancient technology that would be considered not only modern today, but modern uh, scientists wouldn't even know how to use this technology that trumps and totally bypasses the technology we have today. Like I said, there were humongous, long motherships and ships on the moon before Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin actually landed on it. So, once again, the moon landing was for real. And the reason they claim to have never gone back is because they have actually been going back and forth for many years, collecting data, being privy to what was actually going on, connecting with the entities on the moon, and establishing relationships with those entities on the moon. Okay? Now, the footage that's circulating that shows a behind the scenes look in a Hollywood setting, on a stage, on a set, that footage began circulating in order to disprove the moon landing so that individuals would stop asking questions as to what really took place once the astronauts got on to the moon. The footage that goes with the so-called moon landing, along with the pictures that are blackened out, for those who believe the moon landing existed, they are not true because they omit all of the structures, the tall structures, the moon bases, the vessels that were already on the moon that the astronauts actually saw, which causes more confusion. So look, this your bro True Jew. You know I'm tapping in with you the only way I know how. Like I said, this subject had been on my mind for quite some time, and I feel like today is the perfect day to go out and release this information as far as I know about it and as far as been told to me. But the truth is stranger than fiction, and there's a lot that we simply haven't been told. I don't want to blow your mind too much, but I do want y'all to look deeper into what they're telling us is true versus what they're telling us is not true. We're not alone in the cosmos. And another thing, I know you have some people who believe in the flat earth, you have some who don't. Well, simple experiment. I want you to go outside next time it's a moon and just look at the moon in place with the stars. Next time you go outside and look at the stars, maybe you could see one of those time lapse videos. That actually, you don't even got to look at the stars right now in real life. Just go to a time lapse video on YouTube of the stars and watch how the stars rotate in the air, in the sky. Okay? Just watch it. If we were on a sphere Earth moving so many miles per hour through space, those stars would have long been left our trajectory, and they would have long left our eyesight to be able to see. Instead, every night since the beginning of time, those stars have been in perfect sync in constellations all over where we can see them. No matter what hemisphere we're in, we can see the constellations when those constellations appear in our hemisphere. So we're not moving quickly. Those stars are actually attached to what we call the firmament. Now, you can believe me or not, the moon itself sits underneath the firmament along with the sun, and they rotate around like this. They go around like this, right on top of us. Okay? And they were able to shoot up to the moon and they shot back down. I'm talking about the astronauts. That's why you always see them falling down from sky. They're never coming in from the side and then falling. They're never coming up and then falling into the ocean. They always fall down into the ocean because the moon is right above us, literally. They don't have to wait for the earth to turn a certain rotation and then blast off to the moon like they show you on the movies with the rocket ship going like this and like that. That's false. They go straight up and they come straight back down. All right. So look, you look into this stuff for yourself now. Don't let me just be out here alone with this. Look into it for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But this your brother True Jew tapping in with you again. You know I love you to life always. Most High Mama Papa willing, I will be back with another one. And until then, gone.